Nations League semifinal, Spain versus France. It's heating up. There's only two names the world is talking about. Lamine Yamal and Ousmane Dembele. Mbappe has quickly been forgotten. Welcome to the recap. Coming from a Champions League win, Ousmane Dembele did what Mbappe hasn't been able to do. Lead a team to a championship. Is Dembele the true and only real leader in this French team as they try to dethrone Spain?
Nah, let's not act like Mbappe is just some random dude. That man has carried them in a World Cup final when France looked dead, versus Messi's Argentina. That man pulled off a hat trick to take them into penalties. So, he's won a World Cup with France. So let's just not ignore Mbappe, but this has been Dembele's year. I believe he deserves the Ballon d'Or, and that's why he's in the conversation and currently leading.
Mbappe did perform great in the last World Cup, but he did not succeed. In the World Cup he won, he was another player, he wasn't the player. Against this Spain, it seems you need the player. You need a player step up. With Mbappe not being able to win crucial, high-profile games or lead a team to a final, nothing happened this year with Madrid. France lost to Spain last year. Lamine Yamal just said, this is my time and you guys are just living in it. I get that Mbappe is not a random player. It seems like, even though he did a really good season with Madrid, it seems like maybe Dembele is the player that can take a team to the championship. Mbappe was in PSG last year. They couldn't do anything. Mbappe leaves, PSG wins the Champions League.
The squad that PSG has right now works a lot better for the way that Luis Enrique wants to play ball. The whole team is pressing as a collective. You got Kvara down there, helping out Nuno Mendes. You got Doué turning up looking like a prime Neymar. And Dembele, he's a great leader. He'll give that final pass. He doesn't have to be the entire show. He doesn't need every single goal. You can see that Dembele just wants to win now.
Who do you think needs the win more, Spain or France?
So it really doesn't do much for me. I think Mbappe needs this win more than Dembele or Yamal. Mbappe had a very underwhelming season. He scored in the UEFA Super Cup. They won that final. They won the Intercontinental Cup, but you failed in La Liga. You came up just short. You lost the final to Barcelona for the Super Cup and for the Copa del Rey. He really needs to bounce back, and Dembele already did what he had to do. He won the treble, and he also won his domestic Super Cup. Dembele really already cemented himself as the Ballon d'Or winner.
With the Ballon d'Or talk starting to heat up and it's only June, this game becomes even more attractive. Who do you think is the most under pressure? Would it be Mbappe, Lamine Yamal, or Dembele?
I think it is Mbappe, just off such a poor season that he had, and if he wants to get into the conversation, he's going to need to carry in the Nations League, and he's going to need to carry in a Club World Cup.
A win from Spain, good performance or great performance from Lamine Yamal, does that push him up a little bit in this conversation for the Ballon d'Or, or it doesn't do anything for him? The only one it does something for is Mbappe.
For Yamal to move up on that, he would have to personally annihilate France himself. Getting a win isn't going to do much for me. He's going to have to go out there and just destroy France if he wants to move up in the rankings.
So then, is it the same thing for Mbappe? If Mbappe, so like say France wins, but he only scores one goal or he doesn't really play well, does that still help him out moving up in the ranking for Ballon d'Or?
No, just the win really just helps Dembele's case. Mbappe is going to need to go out there and cook, end up with a hat trick if he even wants to just start climbing up those rankings.
The one that's coasting is Dembele because Mbappe and Lamine Yamal need to cook and need to destroy in this game.
Yeah, Dembele's season is cemented.
Dude can chill back in the bench and be like,
he's got the
y'all
goals,
play.
he's got the trophies, he's humble, he's a great guy. It's over with in my opinion.
It's funny because these games are heating up and they're more attractive because of that. The talk of the Ballon d'Or, the talk of could it be Dembele, could it be Lamine? Mbappe is way out of the conversation. If we go with Dembele does have the championships, the wins that it normally takes to receive the Ballon d'Or. It'd be interesting to see it later on once the Club World Cup ends and if we see any surprises. Because if we see any surprises, there's only one team that can do that surprise, and if that team wins, there's that one player that will get it again. Let's get back a little bit to this game. Youth, style of play, and consistency. Is this Spain team built to dominate the next decade?
I wouldn't say dominate all around. Every country just seems to be getting stronger and stronger. Spain is in a very good position to always be competing in the World Cups and the Euros, your Nation League. They have a very solid roster and they're also very young.
Line for line, I think Spain has one of the best or the best player per player. The only thing that Spain lacks is a true forward. But when you have explosive players like Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams, and midfielders like Dani Olmo, Pedri, you sometimes are okay with the way that Morata plays. He's not an actual nine, a goal-scoring nine. I think that's the only position Spain lack. But outside of that, they have top talent and players in top teams.
I think the same could be said for the likes of France. Portugal's got a very nice young team. So I don't think Spain is the runaway favorite for everything, but they're definitely up there.
If you had to rank the top three best teams, who would it be?
Three, now this is a sleeper. I'm going England. Two would have to be Spain, and I just have France number one.
We sort of have the same thing. Three is England, second is France, and first is Spain. It's funny the fact that when Barcelona is doing well, Spain looks unstoppable. And when Barcelona is not doing well, Spain is there, but their football is not that great, not attractive. People right now want to see Spain play. One, because of the way they play, but especially because of the young Lamine Yamal.
You cannot sleep on France. You got very exciting players like Dembele, Mbappe, Doué over there. The kid is just on a phenomenal tear this
Crazy.
month. And
He's
you
good.
got Olise, you got a lot of young guys out there that are ballers.
We're going to do a start bench sell. Mbappe, Lamine Yamal, Dembele. Who do you
Ooh.
start?
I'm honestly not ready to put Lamine Yamal over either one of them. He's a very exciting young player. He's fun to watch. He lacks, that final thing that comes with experience. That's probably one of the reasons why he only had 9 goals in the league. Maybe a little more experience. So I am cutting Yamal.
Selling
I'm
Yamal, okay.
starting Mbappe. That man is a dog. He'll give you a hat trick on any given day. And then I'm keeping Dembele on the bench.
I'm selling Mbappe. The man, outside of winning the World Cup, he's not really a big winner. He scores a lot, but not a big winner. I'm benching Dembele because he just won everything. And you have to play the best player in the world, Lamine Yamal. That's the starter. Manny, what's going to be the score for this amazing game? Should be fun. Should be back to
Yeah,
back.
I think it's gonna be a great game, but I'm going 4-2 France.
4-2 France. Who's scoring the goals? Let me guess. Mbappe.
Mbappe will get one. Dembele will finish 2 of them, and then I'll give one of them maybe to a Doué, maybe an Mbappe, but we'll see. It's gonna be a good game.
It's going to be a close game. I'm looking at a 3-1 Spain. Lamine 1, Morata 1, and then a midfielder.
Spain are somewhat reminding me of Arsenal. You have a very solid roster, but you just don't have that player that'll put it in the back of the net reliably.
It'd be good to have them, but they don't need it. They,
At
they
the end
have
of the
a, they
day,
have a,
goals win you games. You've got to outscore
correct.
your opponent.
Why are they the current champions?
Why is Gerard Martin in there and not Balde?
You saw that picture, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So the only reason that Gerard Martin is there is because he is a U21 player. Even though he's 23, there's this rule because it's like a 2-year gap, so you can select up to so many U23 players. So the U21 played the ultimate squad, and they played a game, and then they mixed him up, and he was in the winning team. It's not like he got called up before Balde, because it'd be crazy, dude. I personally, I'm a fan of Gerard Martin, but no way you're getting called up before Balde.
No, man. Balde is top 2, top 3, the best left backs in the world, and he's got to be out there.
Hopefully we get a good game. It's two of the top 3 or top 5 national teams in the world.
They got to be the top 3 at least.
At least, right? Who else do you put in there? Maybe Argentina because they win. But
Argentina's aging.
I agree, but it's weird because they win. Like they all are like, all right, cool. We're playing for Messi and by Messi. So we kill anybody that tries to do anything to Messi.
I'll give them that. They go to war for Messi. But I think we're definitely about to see a new age of football. I think these youngsters are ready to take over.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you do, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. See you here next video.